Hello everybody and welcome back to Club Penguin 101. Now this episode, as well as the next several, are gonna be a bit different. I'm starting a new mini-series called the Club Penguin Yearbook. In it, I look at each year of Club Penguin's history, starting from the beginning of that year to the end of it. Now this first episode will be a bit different as I'm looking at both the years 2005 and 2006. This is mainly due to the fact that 2005 was a short year for Club Penguin, so I thought I'd just add it to 2006. With that said, let's get into it. On October 24th, 2005, the game Club Penguin was released. After months of testing, it was finally ready. The first ever party held was actually on September 21st, 2005, about a month before the game's release date, and that was the beta test party. The first party that was held after the game's true release was the 2005 Halloween party. It started on October 27th and ended on October 31st. Unlike other Halloween parties, there were no items that players could collect, and there were very few decorations. The next party was the server testing party, which really wasn't a party. All players had to do were to go onto new servers and look for bugs. However, there were new items that players could get. The party started on December 5th, 2005 and lasted until February 13th, 2006. The last party held was the Holiday Party 2005. It started on December 22nd and went until December 25th. There were only two new items, the Santa hat and the Christmas scarf. Like the Halloween party, there were very few decorations on the island. As you can probably tell, parties in 2005 were very small in decorations, items, and length. This was mainly due to the fact that there were a tiny amount of people working on the game, but as time progressed, you'll see everything becoming bigger. Although 2005 was a short year for Club Penguin, there were many other things that went on. For one, 2005 was the opening of the sports shop, which was a pretty cool place. The other big thing that happened in 2005 was the discovery of Puffles. This is a big deal in Club Penguin's history, as Puffles had become a semi-large part of the game. Overall, 2005 was a pretty good year for Club Penguin. Tons of players were joining, and almost all bugs were gone. Now the main goal is just to make more parties, rooms, items, and games, which is exactly what happened in 2006. Club Penguin kicked off 2006 with the Winter Luau Party. It started on January 27th and went until the 29th. Here, players could get the Hawaiian lei, a very rare item nowadays, and also meet the Penguin Band. The party had a small amount of decorations, but it was still a fun celebration. After that came the one-day Valentine's party. There were no items and few decorations, and it's been the only Valentine's party in Club Penguin. 10 days later, and Penguins were celebrating the opening of the pizza parlor. It lasted for 3 days and was the first members party, as well as the first room opening party. The chef hat and pizza apron items were available for Penguins to get. Later, on March 17th, Penguins were able to celebrate the St. Patrick's Day party. Players were also able to get the Shamrock hat, and also the first pin that was ever released in Club Penguin. It was called the Shamrock pin, and is the rarest pin in the game. The party ended on March 22nd. Just a few weeks later, Penguins celebrated the first April Fool's party in Club Penguin. Along with the party, players could get the propeller hat item. Unlike the April Fool's parties nowadays, there weren't that many decorations, but the party was still a blast. There was even a competition in the Club Penguin Times to see which penguin could spot the exact amount of differences. Also in April came the first Easter egg hunt, which started on April 14th and ended on April 16th. Players could also collect the pink bunny ears here. Not much happened in the month of May except for the underground opening party. This introduced a brand new room to players, and in the celebration they could collect a miner's helmet. After that was the summer party. It started on June 16th and ended on June 26th. Players could collect quite a few items, including the yellow duck, the water wings, the whistle, and the blue lei. A month later, and Penguins were celebrating the Western Party. Unlike the large amount of items in the summer party, only one item was released here, and this was the bandana. Another party held in July was the Instrument Hunt. Here, Penguins had to help the Penguin Band find their instruments, which they lost during the Western Party. It wasn't anything special, but it was still fun. Next came one of Club Penguin's bigger parties of the year, and that was the Sports Party. It began on August 11th and went until August 21st. During the party, the ice rink was refurbished, and Penguins could get the red and blue face paint, as well as the ice skates. However, a good amount of bugs were present during the party. The month of September was all about the new lighthouse. From September 7th to September 21st, the lighthouse donation party occurred. Players could donate up to 750 coins for construction. In return, they would receive the lighthouse shirt. Starting on September 15th, the light bulb hunt began. It was basically a big scavenger hunt where players had to find the light bulb for the lighthouse. Finally, on September 22nd, the lighthouse was complete and a party was held until September 24th. It was exactly a month until the next party was held, which was the first year anniversary party. Like all the other anniversary parties, players could get the first year party hat. Just a few days later, and Penguins were celebrating the 2006 Halloween party. There were a lot more decorations and things to do than last year. and penguins could get the wizard hat item. In November, the first and only color release party was held. It started on November 24th, and penguins celebrated the release of the new color lime green, which could be purchased for 20 coins. The last party to be held for the year was the 2006 holiday party. It was like the 2005 holiday party, but it was bigger and better. It started on December 22nd and went until January 2nd, 2007. Before we go on, can I just say, woof! There were tons of parties in 2006. I wouldn't mind if Club Penguin started doing this again though. It'd be so cool to experience all those different types of parties, and I could see developers getting really creative. But there's still more to talk about, so let's get right into it. In 2006, Club Penguin had doubled in size, with 12 new rooms. These included the Beach, Beacon, Iceberg, Lighthouse, Lodge Attic, the Plaza, the Pet Shop, the Pizza Parlor, the Mine Shack, the Mine Cave, and the Boiler Room. There were also 5 new minigames, which were Kart Surfer, Ice Fishing, Jetpack Adventure, Thin Ice, and Find 4. 2006 also saw the release of Puffles. At the beginning, 4 types of Puffles were adoptable: blue, pink, green, and black. A couple of months later, purple Puffles were discovered. In May, a famous Club Penguin mascot became known to penguins, and that was on Arctic. But many other mascots were introduced to penguins in 2006. Rockhopper, Gary, and the entire penguin band were all seen for the first time. However, they didn't become meetable until a few years later. All throughout 2006, the Club Penguin team was working on making the game even better. They were adding new rooms, items, minigames, and other fun elements that now seem like a basic part of the game. Along with all the new content came millions of players, and it was obvious to see that Club Penguin was going to be something big. However, in the next year, something huge would happen to Club Penguin that would change its history forever. Thanks for watching. What do you guys think of this Club Penguin Yearbook series? Let me know in the comments below or by a like. You can click up here to check out our last week's episode, which was on the Puffles. Until next time, beef it up.